It was midnight, pitch black darkness, as I drifted in a small rowboat on the Pacific Ocean. And I wondered to myself, how did I ever get myself into this situation? We had run out of fuel for the outboard motor, and so we drifted. I had come to Papua New Guinea as a missionary sister of the Most Sacred Heart of Jesus 3 years prior, and I was en route to one of the 150 primary village schools to supervise religious instruction. I was scared. I was praying. I recalled the words, "Go to the whole world and proclaim the good news." As I drifted on the Pacific Ocean that night, I recalled that the love of God had graced my life, and in the midst of my teenage years, this desire to serve God and God's people inspired a religious vocation and a desire to go to a foreign country. So as my small boat bobbed up and down that night, I turned around, and in the light of the moon, I saw the priest sound asleep in the back of the boat. I turned to the front of this drifting rowboat, and I recalled the gospel story of Jesus in the boat, sound asleep, as the apostles fought the storm on the lake. And in my prayer, I heard, "Do not be afraid, I am with you." And at that moment, our little boat came ashore. We were on the wrong shore, but I didn't care. I did get to the village school that day, and I did supervise religious instruction, but I understood in a deeply personal way, do not be afraid, I am with you. This same conviction of entrusting oneself into the ever-present God of love was demonstrated in the martyrdom of 5 of our sisters in 1904 on those islands of Papua New Guinea. Do not be afraid, I am with you, was the courage of our sisters who entered apartheid-ravaged Namibia on the African continent in 1927, where to this day they continue to minister to youth, women, and the underprivileged in fields of health, education, pastoral work, and social work. Do not be afraid, I am with you, is so relevant today as the number of missionaries from abroad has declined and the local missionaries have increased. Do not be afraid echoes as the church experiences a shift from mission to local church. At present, the Catholic Church around the world depends greatly on the education and development of the local religious priests and laity so that they can lead and administer the church missions, parishes, and communities adequately and confidently. We missionary sisters of the Most Sacred Heart of Jesus serve in 21 countries around the world, and we continue to train indigenous young women for vocations in order to meet these tremendous challenges. Specifically, the challenge in the village of Omakuva is to provide for the needs of the Namibian youth. This village is served once a month by a priest from a mission station 20 miles away. Here, our Namibian sisters will reach out to the young adults, poor and unemployed, who lack the spiritual, moral, emotional, social, and educational advantages given to others in our world. Influencing these young adults will impact the whole population and answers an urgent need of maintaining the values and morals of the Catholic Church. With your donation in the second collection today, you will be enabling more young religious women to be educated in the needed fields of education, healthcare, and social work. You will also be enabling these Namibian MSC sisters to establish a presence in the village of Omakuva, which in turn will change the lives of Namibian youth. Be assured that your donation counts. Be assured that we are all called by the words, "Do not be afraid. God is with us always."